If I can keep this thing going, God only knows. What's up, Stu?
Hey, Jim.
How's technology treating you today?
Oh, it's fine. Yeah, it hasn't screwed everything up, so
There you
I'm
go.
happy. Yeah.
So, yeah, I wired something up today, Stu. I'm a little disappointed with the $20 technology I got from the China. China. All right. I'm going to give you a little zoom in here so you can see. Wanted to have the backlighting, Stu, behind the screen,
Oh, I like
So,
that.
yeah, but it's not as pronounced as I wanted. So I'm going to turn it off.
Oh, it is off.
Okay. Now I'm going to turn it on.
It is underwhelming.
Yeah, it's not the fireworks of lighting that I had anticipated. I'm feeling a little disappointed in my $20 investment, Stu.
That's all right. Maybe you can up the wattage back there and make it a little brighter.
Yeah, don't want to set the house on fire, Stu. So may have to, this could be some sort of an infiltration technique. They're going to remote control this thing, take control of my brain. So I may have to disconnect it. And maybe if I can get me something a little more wattage, that's what Terry said.
There you go.
So anyway, that was my foray into technology this morning, trying to get the thing to work, and it worked, but didn't work to the degree that I wanted it to work. Had kind of a work stoppage. Anyway, totally irrelevant to
Yes.
today's topic.
It is.
Because what is today's topic, Stu?
Well, it's about writing a book and
Oh
using a
no,
book as a business.
that's right. It's not about writing a book. It's about your book as a business.
Yeah. Which I think is very
It's been useful in your
apropos.
life.
Yeah, been very useful for me because I've used it multiple ways, whether it's a calling card for bigger selling items or it's just a whole bunch of book sales.
Well, you had something exciting happen. I don't know if you want to share this or not, but I'll throw it out there and now you can either say. But you sent
Yes.
me a rather excited text the other day,
Yeah.
just earlier this week.
Well,
You want to share?
remember whenever we did our value ladder show
Uh huh.
and I think you did mine and
Uh huh.
it just gave me an idea for another level of coaching.
Mm-hmm.
So I called it. I have a PT club. I have a premium PT club, which is just a little more of my time, and then I have a platinum PT club, which I pretty much quadrupled the price. And sure enough, got my first takers this week.
That's right.
So
That's right. So, how much you make from selling an ebook, Stu?
probably $15 to $20.
How much you make when somebody takes your platinum level, Stu?
Oh yeah, like 3,500.
Yeah, boy. So, yeah, I think we might talk about this a little later in the show.
Yeah.
So, do you think having that book, having your books though, played a role in you being able to have platinum clients sign up?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And remember when I doubled my price and I created the premium
Yeah, and you
and I
were
was all
freaking
excited.
out.
I was all excited about my first one. Well, I have over 25,
Right.
right, of those. So it's just being patient with it and letting it grow. Constantly reminding people there's that option,
Right.
and it'll get there. I remember selling my first ebook, Jim.
How
That
important?
was a big day back in 2003.
Yeah, I remember when I sold my first ebook.
Yeah,
Somebody I didn't know sent me money through the internet.
yeah,
Now,
it's crazy.
I had to call my aunt at the Craft Mall at the Williamsburg Outlet Mall and have her manually process the card for me. And then I emailed the thing to the guys. That was back in 1997.
Damn.
And, it was interesting. I was the top performer at the Craft Mall most months. Like I had the most sales of anybody at the Craft Mall each month. I didn't get a plaque or anything, nothing to hang on my wall, but I was kind of proud of that. Hey, Jim, you were top producer again this month. Hey, that's awesome.
It is amazing how we used to just string things together to make them happen.
Exactly.
And now everything is just so perfectly integrated into a one-stop shop. It really is. I mean, you got to learn a little bit about some of the other stuff, but I think if you learned the roots of it, way back then,
Yeah.
and how much you had to work to get things done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it's just like, oh, this is like the easy button.
It's too easy for the kids, Stu.
Yes.
It's too easy. You don't have to
Too
work
easy.
for it anymore. But at the core of everything is a book. At the
It has
core,
been for me.
everything starts with the book.
Has been
And
for me.
I think that's something important to keep in mind, is that if you don't have a book, you ain't got okay, you got to have a book. That's like the thing that separates you from everybody else. If you don't have a book, you ain't got okay, you just don't. You're not an authority, you're not an expert, you don't have anything that separates you from everybody else. Everybody's got to have at least one book, and that's just key. Now, there's a problem though for some people at the most rudimentary level, okay, which is, what would I write a book about?
Can't think of anything.
And that's a problem until you realize there's a genie for that. And so what I want to do is share with you now real quick. I have a brand new genie. No one has seen this yet. No one has seen this before. So I'm going to debut it today. And it is the nonfiction book idea genie.
Oh,
So
cool.
I'm going to actually let this take up the whole screen.
Okay.
And so actually, I got a couple things to say real quick. So one of the biggest problems people have is coming up with an idea for a book, especially a nonfiction book. What do I write about? Who am I going to target? What's the title going to be? What's the subtitle going to be? What's the topic going to be? All this stuff. And then they get all freaked out. And to make it even worse, if you choose the wrong book, if you choose the wrong title, if you choose the wrong topic, you can waste a lot of time. But luckily, there's a piece of software that will solve that for you, and it's the nonfiction book idea genie. It works really, really simply. You fill in information about you, about your credentials, about your bio, and then you can choose what kind of book titles you want, book type, idea types you're looking for, and then fill in the information about your target audience. Once you've done that, you can come down here and whack the button. It'll give you ideas based on your credentials, ideas based on that particular type of how-to book and your credentials, book ideas based on your audience, book ideas based on your audience and the topic or type of book, and then your credentials in the audience, and finally your credential, the audience, and the how-to book type. So why does this matter? Because you don't need to write a book you don't know anything about. So the first thing that you want to do is figure out, hey, this is me. These are my credentials. This is my bio. Give me some ideas on what I could write a book about. Then some ideas based on the target audience and what they want to do, and then combinations of all of them. So look at this. For me, it's saying potentially I should write a book on the art of persuasive copywriting, or profitable website building, or ebook revolution, how to transform your knowledge into a profitable digital product. Actually love that, by the way. That's kind of cool. I don't want to get, I'll go in the weeds here, so I got to be careful because these are so freaking amazing that I just started thinking of all the cool things that I could do. But now, based on my credentials in the how-to book, so the ultimate guide to building and scaling profitable websites from idea to execution. That's a dang good idea for a book. It's actually a cool idea for a course. Automate your business, ebook publishing secrets, how to write, publish, and market your own highly successful digital books. I've already written something like that. Been selling it for over 21 years. So now down here, book ideas based on the audience. So based strictly on the audience and what they need, complete guide to setting up your website sales funnel in 7 days or less. That's kind of cool. If anything, I got a problem now of too many freaking ideas. Based on the audience and the how-to book type, complete guide to building a profitable online presence, non-techies guide to setting up your website sales funnel, zero to hero, launching an online business with an effective website sales funnel, entrepreneur's blueprint, ultimate guide to building money-making websites. These are really good ideas. So now my problem originally was, what am I going to write a book about? But this thing makes it so all you got to do is just put in the information about you, put in the information about your audience, put in the type of book that you're looking for and the type of ideas you're looking for. And all of a sudden I went from 0 to like 60 or 70 or 100 different ideas. All I need is one good idea. And that's exactly what this genie can help you do.
Damn, Jim.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right?
I like that. Not only that, but they're great titles, great ideas that just start spurring all this creativity. But tell me this: how has, just because I just saw this, but how has writing a book changed your life?
How has writing a book changed my life? Is a really great question, because until you've written one, you don't really understand what an impact it has. And it's had an impact in three main ways. Number one, huge self-esteem builder, huge just boost to my confidence over the years, especially at the time when I really finished my first book, was in an interesting place in my life. I'll just leave it at that. Number two, gave me an opportunity to make money, not only with the book by selling it, but also because of the book, because I used it to help me get all kinds of really, really cool clients. And then the third way is it helped establish me as an expert. And by establishing me as an expert, I was able to build from there and really launch and scale my business. So the answer to the question, how's it changed my life? Changed my life virtually in every single aspect.
Well, not only are you a successful author and coach that teaches people how to write authors, but you've helped create hundreds of new authors. So, what have you seen that people are writing about? So when people ask you, I don't know what I should write about. What should someone write about?
So what should you write a book about? Well, that's a great question. But the first question you need to ask is, who are you going to write a book for? Because most people write a book to make themselves happy. But if you're going to write a book that actually makes a difference in your life and creates the kind of life and business that you're looking for, it all starts with the who. Who are you creating the book for? And then how are you going to leverage this book in order to help you do something, build your business, get clients, build a list, whatever it is. Once you've done that, then you need to write a book for that audience that's going to satisfy a desire or solve a problem that they really want to satisfy or really want to solve. It's got to be severe. And by doing that, you'll be able to create a book that not only people are going to read, but you're going to be able to leverage it in your business.
Nice.
Just so y'all are wondering just why I'm pausing, I got my camera here, and so we're making shorts during the show, just so you know, we're like multitasking a whole bunch of different ways. Because just, that's what we're doing. So that's why I'm pausing 3 seconds, because I'm hitting the little remote and then this thing's doing its thing. And that's why I'm wearing multiple microphones and have like this giant radioactive field around me of, radio waves and stuff.
No, it's
What?
good. It's
What?
good to be.
What?
What?
What are you doing? What'd I do?
No, nothing. I'm looking for where you created some other emails so I can take them and turn them into other emails to use for other things. I can't find it. I'm getting frustrated.
Oh, so that wasn't directed at me?
No, not today.
Not right now. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right, thanks. Okay, back to the show. So it was like,
Yes.
it's just like the family gathering of like, hey, we're doing some stuff on the side here. And then like, hey, what are you looking at there? Okay. All right, cool. Here we go. No, we're back. What? It's like being here with us live.
Yes, almost.
So
what? How about this?
Okay.
What is the most important part of the book? If we really want a successful book and business because of the book, what's the most important part?
So what is actually the most important part of your book? And the answer will surprise some people. Other people, they're going to go, duh. But the most important part of your book is the title. The title has got to reach in and grab your target audience by the emotional heartstrings in order for them to pay attention. The title of your book is the hook. It's a mini ad. It's everything. The title and the subtitle. It's everything. Because if you could have the greatest book in the world, but if the title and the subtitle don't make sense or don't resonate with your target audience, they don't care. They're not going to pay attention. They're going to ignore you. They're never even going to look. It's like the ad and the sales letter all in one tiny little package. It's got to be amazing. That is the single most important part of any book.
Well, I will tell you this: I suck at making titles.
No, you don't. You have genies, and you have my help, Stu.
Well, long before there was a genie, I was using your wizards and coming up with titles because they were helping me tremendously. I knew my titles and headlines were not the best, but having a genie, a wizard, to be able to create titles that actually resonated with people's raw emotions, that was something I was not good at creating.
Yeah, but I'm going to push back on that just a little bit because you were still selling a crap ton of books because you included the stuff in them that was important to your target audience. So like the FBI Academy, how to pass the FBI Academy physical standards test is like, okay, that's it. And he's a former Navy SEAL. So it's like, okay, well, yeah. So, I mean, you can go overboard to some degree with some titles where if it should be simple and straightforward.
Sure.
You know what I mean? You can get too cutesy with it and people are like, I don't know what the hell this is. 12 weeks to buds is actually a little vague.
Yeah.
How to get ready for Navy SEAL training in 12 weeks or less. That's, that might be but anyway, I'm not you can criticize all you want, or you can just write the damn book, get it done, get it out there, start working it, and then learn and grow. So,
well, all I was saying is that your software has been extremely helpful in helping me create titles. And I think it might be a good idea just to show everybody how your genies actually help us create better titles and subtitles.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's talk though, real quick though, what's the difference between, what's the difference between a title and a subtitle? What's the difference between a title and a tagline? And so when you're titling a book, or really titling anything, but specifically a book, there's the title, there's the initial title on the book that you think of, like, this one right here, The Secret Sales Code. Okay. The Secret Sales Code is the title of the book, but the subtitle is Skyrocket Click Sales and Conversions Using Discommunication Styles in Your Sales Copywriting and Content Marketing. So it's like the title is the hook and the subtitle is the story. This is what stops people and go, hey, what is that? The Secret Sales Code, what is that? And then the subtitle gives the background, tells the story. It's like the sales letter of it. So when you look at it as a 1-2 punch, now you can cover a lot more ground and resonate with your target audience a lot better, easier, and faster. So that's the title and the tagline. And a tagline and a title and subtitle, it's tomato, tomato, potato, potato. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me show you right now. I'm going to do a quick demo. So one of the biggest problems that people have is coming up with a title and a tagline, or a title and a subtitle for their book. And it's really frustrating because the wrong title, the wrong tagline, the wrong subtitle is going to be a huge waste of time. It can cost you sales. You can have the greatest book in the world, but if nobody knows what it's about, they don't care. So like The Secret Sales Code is the title of the book, but the subtitle is Skyrocket Click Sales and Conversions Using Discommunication Styles in Your Sales Copywriting and Content Marketing. So how do you come up with that? Well, we've got a genie for that. So the title and tagline, Jeannie, is all based on your avatar. And so here's my avatar: entrepreneurs want to be successful online entrepreneurs, immediate result they want, basically set up a website, and they got to get everything set up without any prior technical knowledge. I'm going to change this to, I'm creating a title or tagline for a book. We'll use Entrepreneur Magazine, how to, second person, 10 titles, and I want it to give me 10 titles, and then discommunication style. Yeah, we'll do DC. So now we're going to have it come up with some titles. And then once it comes up with the titles, the ones that I like, I'll ask it for some taglines. So now it'll base it on a whole bunch of different stuff. So this one's just based on the entrepreneurs themselves. So these are just straight title books or book titles based on that. And they're kind of vague because it's pretty much just based on them. Now, let's come down here where it's on their desire plus getting through all that stuff. So look at this. Mastering the Art of Website Sales Funnels, a step-by-step guide for entrepreneurs. That's a pretty good title. The Ultimate Website Sales Funnel Blueprint, expert techniques to skyrocket your business. Website Sales Funnels Demystified, effortlessly build from zero to funnel hero, a practical handbook for entrepreneurs setting up sales funnels. That is a really cool title because it's got some emotion in it. I like that a lot. Website, and look at this, website sales funnels made easy. An entrepreneur, nah, that's because I had the style in there. So, all right. The Entrepreneur's Handbook, uncovering successful strategies for growth and profitability. So anyway, that makes it, I'm going to go do a couple more, but these up here that I like the most, Mastering the Art, let's have it come up with some taglines. Unlock the secrets to flawless website sales funnels unleashed, accelerate your success from novice to pro, mastering your digital empire. So between all these, we could cobble together a really cool title and tagline. Not my greatest demo, but it gets the point across.
No, I like it. Especially if you're stuck for a good title. That's where I find all mine. Not only titles for books, but for articles and videos, all that. That makes a big difference.
Absolutely.
So earlier you mentioned something about how you can make money with a book and because of a book. Explain that a little bit, because there's some nuances there that not everybody might understand.
So is it okay if I go to the big board for this one, Stu?
Sure, Jim.
Okay. So let's do a little quickie on this because I think it's important to understand the distinction. So, damn, that got wonky all of a sudden. Is my screen crooked? That's weird.
I mean, just a little, but it's not bad.
Yeah. What the hell? Huh. That's weird. Okay. So there's two ways to make money with a book. You can make money with your book, or you can make money because of your book. With your book is basically selling the book. So you put it up on Amazon, you sell it off your own website, and you make money with book sales. Now, quite frankly, until I truly understood sales funnels and other stuff like that, that was pretty much how we made money. That was pretty much how we were making money. I was making a lot of money, 29 bucks at a time. And then I discovered sales funnels, and I also discovered the fact that you have a book, you can make money with speaking. You can make money by setting up a funnel. So by having one-time offers and order bumps, you can make money because of the authority that it gives you. One of my books gave me the authority to have somebody pay me $30,000 to do 10 hours worth of work for them. That was kind of cool. This is where all the big money is, because you have a book, because you are an author. People will contact you and say, hey, or can potentially, this is not an income claim, your results may vary. But I've had people contact me because of my book to come and speak on stage, pay me a nice, healthy 5 figures to show up, talk for an hour, and then go home. Set up that funnel, and that authority just leads to a whole lot more opportunities. Consulting, coaching, things of that nature, people contacting you. And so that's the difference. You make money with a book by selling the book. You make money because of the book, and that's where all the real dough is. So, for example, Stu would not be able to charge $3,500 for a coaching program with him if he had not become an author first. If he had not had his books, he would not have built the business up, would not have the list, would not have the following, would not have the credibility. It just wouldn't have happened. And it wouldn't happen consistently. Maybe that's the way to say it.
True.
There you go. So that's the difference.
Something else I mentioned earlier, because of something else you showed us, was a value ladder for your own business. And that's what actually gave me the idea to create that higher end program. What is a value ladder for people to discuss?
So what is a value ladder? A value ladder is basically a progression of investment that people can make with you. And so most people usually get stuck on one step on the value ladder. So if we were to look at a value ladder like this, just a series of a few steps, you might have free, and then $29, then $150, and then $9.97. Most people get stuck in like one place. They get stuck on offering their ebook and they never offer anything else. They get stuck on offering high ticket, or they get stuck on medium, or they get stuck on free, or they're doing affiliate stuff or whatever it is. And they never fully explore, what could my value ladder look like? How are people going to move forward with me? Once they buy this one thing, what can they buy next? And so that's why people struggle in their business, because they never define their value ladder.
Gotcha.
That was a good little short right there too.
No,
by the way.
I like that. That's a good way to explain the value ladder, obviously. But
and you know, and can I add one other thing just real quick?
Yes.
Just real fast. What also happens though is that people get stuck here, and then they're envious of these people. They're like, oh, I should be doing that. But the people up here are like, oh, this is a pain in the ass. It'd be so much easier just to sell people something for $29 and not have to worry about it. I had a conversation with a mutual friend of ours who's kind of stuck at the ultra high level. We'll call it the 20K level. Who's like, oh man, I need to get down into like the $497 range. I need to sell something lower ticket and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, you're already up here where everybody wants to be. You don't stop doing that. You start building this out to build this up even more. Oh yeah, you're right. So it's just interesting when we talk about the value ladder, actually talking with and coaching people that the grass is always greener elsewhere. The grass is always greener somewhere else. There's always somebody who just has it better than you. You know what I mean? It's just that it's just interesting. Okay. So your next question is probably like, okay, how can we plan out a value ladder? How
I
can we
was
figure out
wondering,
what to do? Okay.
Is there a genie for that?
So, of course, there's a genie for that. There's a genie for basically anything now.
Yeah.
And what I want to share with you is the value ladder genie. So, one of the things that we all have to do in our business is plan out our value ladder. What are we going to sell? What are we going to sell them next? Where can we start? Where can we bring people in on the value ladder and have them go up, down, but always giving them an opportunity to buy something, the next thing. And we can get really laser focused too far on where we are right now, and it's hard to see where we want to go. So that's where the value ladder genie can help you. And the cool thing with this is you can pretty much just load your avatar, and I'll load this one. And let's say I want to have ideas for a home study course. All right, so I'm looking for stuff related to home study course. I'm looking for creative stuff. You can fill in stuff about your credentials. I'm actually just going to load a project so you don't have to wait for that. We'll do one for online ads. So this has my avatar stuff. And if you have your avatar done already, but this is going to give you some seriously comprehensive ideas. So the value ladder starts out lead gen, okay, then low ticket, then mid-range, high ticket, and then premium, and then it'll create a specific value ladder just around online courses. But what this is going to do is it's going to give you all kinds of thoughts based on your criteria, based on your credentials, based on your audience, different ideas for what you could do in your value ladder. So you don't have to struggle with it. So copywriting secrets for online ads, that's actually a dang good idea. I wrote the book Copywriting Secrets, but what if we came out with a branded version of it just about ads? Online ad checklist, ad template library, ad performance tracker, ad optimization webinar. These are just all free things. Okay, case study, how I increase conversion by 500%. That's a dang good idea too. That's taking a part out of my book that I could actually just do as a single case study. So those are all the free ones. Now some low ticket. Online ads copy, ad optimization toolkit, mid-range, ultimate online ad mastery course, comprehensive online course that teaches best practices for successful online ads. This makes me think of doing a panel. I could get a whole bunch of people. This actually goes right with what we do with our traffic expert series. So high ticket, 12-week online coaching program, teach entrepreneur strategies and techniques for writing high converting online ads. So what this is doing is it's opening my eyes to the possibilities of what I could create. And then this one down here is specifically around courses. So free lead gen, low ticket, mid-range, high ticket. But the bottom line is that instead of sitting around guessing and struggling, this will, based on you, your target audience, your background, all of those things, it will give you really good suggestions on what you could do to build out your value ladder instead of you just guessing. So that's how it can help you really, really fast.
You know what I thought of the value ladder genie
What?
just then, Jim?
Uh-huh.
It's like, remember the question we used to ask ourselves, what would you do now if you had to start all over again?
Right.
You
That's a
know,
good idea. Yeah.
and it's just one of those things of like, well, this is what I need to do. It's got it laid out for me right here.
And that, yeah. And even stuff I wouldn't have thought of, but like that, one of the things that I talk about in my book, Copywriting Secrets, is I talk about the importance of testing ads, just testing headlines, especially. And one of the things that I talk about is how I did a single headline test that took me from 0 to 1% conversion rate. And then I did another headline test that took me from a 1% conversion rate to a 5% conversion rate. So I 5 times my profit and was able to turn that into my first 6-figure. Well, it wasn't my, it was my first 6-figure funnel. Interestingly enough, it was to sell this product right here. 5 steps to getting anything you want was an audio CD. That's old Hawaiian shirt, Jim. But it was a audio CD I'm sure it still works great. I mean that's still as valid today as it ever was, as far as I probably ought to reteach that. Would any of you guys be interested in that? If I were to reteach that program, update it, 20 years of more experience.
That would be cool.
So I just changed the headline, didn't change anything else. But I could turn that into a really cool case study and then use that as either a lead gen or just a, bonus or something like that. Take that little story and expand it out and make it more valuable for people. I never thought of that until just now, but I really ought to do that. It's got a great, how I increase my profit 500% with one simple tweak. Who wouldn't want to know that?
That's cool.
That's, yeah. Okay.
That's a good title.
Here watch this. I got to do this. How I increased my profit 500% with one simple tweak. It was interesting. I had just launched at the time an audio CD program called 5 Steps to Getting Anything You Want. I'd put the sales letter up. I started driving traffic to it. I had my little tiny list. 100 people came by, nobody bought. Another 100 people came by, nobody bought. I was freaking out. And so rather than give up, though, I asked myself a question. What would a great marketer do? And this little voice said, test the headline, test the headline. So I changed the headline, nothing else, and I got a sale. Holy crap, I was saved. But then most people would have stopped. But I said, okay, if I can get one sale with this headline, let me test another headline. I tested another headline. Another 100 people came through. 5 of them bought. 500% increase by testing a headline. If you're not testing headlines, you're making a serious mistake. There's a little 60-second. There's a little short. There's a little short, huh? What's that?
You're getting good at shorts.
I don't know.
I'm working on mine
good at playing
too.
with my own shorts.
I'm working on mine too. So far, I've answered a question, trying to do a question of the day, and it's taken me 3 minutes to answer it. So I can't put it on my short session, but I can put it on Reels. I can put it on YouTube videos, and I'm tagging my products that I talk about in that question.
You know how hard it is for a man over 50 to answer a freaking question in under 60 seconds? It's getting harder, isn't it?
Yeah, it's impossible. But I'm working my way to it.
When a 13-year-old can answer a question with a single word or a grunt.
Yes.
But as you get older, it's like, oh my God, I got to, just like I've turned into the old man story machine. I got to retrain myself to be able to talk quicker.
Yeah, I have to just focus and not have too many parallels in my answer.
Yeah.
Because I can have an answer that answers one thing and I'm like, oh, same thing with sit-ups, same thing with pull-ups, same thing, it's going to be the same thing with running,
It's called tangents,
focus on one. Yeah. Just got to focus on one thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, I mean, hopefully those, I don't know if we got any questions or anything coming through, or if there's something, Susan, we got any questions we got to hit from the folks? No, just looking at comments.
People are asking, like, when's it going live?
When's what going live?
The non-fiction genie.
The non-fat genie. Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you that all of our genies are low-fat, gluten-free. There's not a single genie that has an ounce of fat or iota of gluten in it.
Okay.
I would imagine probably tomorrow. I'm teaching actually a special class tomorrow. We're redoing a 7-day ebook. That whole thing, adding some AI to it. So I think we're teaching that for the elite folks. I'm not sure what I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know that we're doing it for elite. And I'm going to be reteaching 7-day ebooks. Going to be kind of a workshop, kind of a challenge, and actually created that non-fiction book idea genie specifically for redoing that 7-day ebook method. So it's kind of just as a precursor. If 3-hour Kindle Book Wizard, 7-day ebook, and the genies all got together in a hot tub and took large amounts of alcohol and had a baby of questionable lineage, that's what this training is going to be. So it's going to be amazing.
I wasn't sure if this was a sarcastic comment
Oh,
or
they all are.
no, but it was like, you mean you can turn a book into a course? OMG.
Well, the reason that they're saying that is because yesterday we did the challenge where we went from zero to a course in 2 hours. It was the perfect add-on to your book. So I think that was just somebody. That was some tongue in cheek there, Stu.
Well, I will tell you this. As soon as I read the question, I was like, well, that is how you and I started doing business together.
Uh-huh.
Versus just me coaching you with
Uh-huh.
fitness.
Yeah.
Because I came up to you, I said, hey, have you ever thought about everybody with this social media, that we're all really just media companies trying to sell a product? And
This book?
we came up with DIY media marketing.
Yeah.
And
How to become your own media company selling any product or service. Stu Smith and Jim Edwards.
yeah,
Yes.
it was really cool because we created a little course around that taught people how to make a podcast and old school advertising as well as new school advertising. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's actually a good book that we didn't really do as much with as we could have.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
that was also in an evolutionary time for you as well, because that's when funnel scripts started hitting and you were
Yeah.
doing all that, and then you had created all those other wizards, and then next thing you know, you're creating AI genies, and
Yeah.
just kept evolving.
It just kind of blew. Yeah, I'm evolving like a T-Rex with some actual arm length.
Yeah.
So there you go. Well, that's
But
cool.
yeah, one thing
Hey,
is for sure, Jim, is you don't let the grass grow under you.
yeah, but I gotta, this evolution is taking its toll, Stu. This has been such a year of change. Oh my God. You think about what we've done in the last even just 9 months, just since February, with
Yeah.
redoing, going from copying content, or excuse me, going from content marketing scripts to copying content and launching, relaunching, uh, just everything that's been going on with everything. It's just a lot. And there's a lot going on now, like write your book. We're doing a bunch of stuff with software platforms and some other things that we're going to be talking about. Getting ready for our Black Friday thing with WriteYourBook.AI. Yeah. Whew. Lots going on.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. But you have a solid team behind you that's helping you with all that infrastructure that's working. So
Yes, we
kudos to
do.
them.
Yes, we do. And my job is not to drive them insane. And I'm not doing a good job right now driving the poor ladies nuts. But we're all doing our best. So anyway, exciting stuff though. Big stuff, big cool stuff happening. Hey, was anybody that's here, were any of you on the course creation, the 2-hour course creation sprint yesterday? Did you get anything good out of that? Were you excited? We had some really good attendance on that and people were very excited. So yeah.
Hey, Jim,
So,
I just saw another question about do you teach a way to go from ebook to hard copy? I
yeah,
will tell you
actually,
there's an easy button for it, but go ahead.
well, in WriteYourBook.AI, we definitely show you how to do that. We show you the easy button for that, especially for getting it printed and published on Amazon. I mean, we show you all that stuff, and so yeah, there's an easy way.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So somebody said I got a mini course created. C Ray said it was awesome. So there were a bunch of people on there yesterday. So as we wrap this up, Stu, any final thoughts? Any final stuff you want to do in our time here together?
I would just say this, since we're talking about books, I can honestly say creating a book changed the direction of my life tremendously. Right as I got out of the military, I had a book idea, I had a couple of book ideas, and two things I learned. I learned unfit people don't buy fitness books. So I started focusing on people who are really trying to get fit and pass fitness tests, and kind of created a whole tactical fitness genre behind it, and been going at it ever since. So I can honestly say that it led me in a direction that I was not thinking I would go in. So,
And that's a great point, is you got to kind of be, when you write a book, you never quite know where it's going to take you, because it's this cool thing that you put out into the universe, and you're not sure who's going to buy it, who's going to see it, where it's going to show up, how it's like all these little causes set in motion. And I've had people, I had a friend of mine in Israel send me a picture. He was at a WeWork. He was working at a WeWork in Israel in his little cubicle, and he's walking down the hallway, and he sees a guy sitting in his cubicle. He doesn't know the guy, and the guy's got my book on his desk in Israel. He sent me a picture of my book on the guy's desk, and I'm like, holy crap. Some dude in Israel bought my book and is reading it all the way across the world.
that's awesome.
And, I had another guy contact me like, hey, read your book, love your stuff, bought your stuff, been a client of yours for 5 years. You want to come speak at this international convention for all these realtors, and we'll pay you. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. And you just don't know what's going to happen, but you'll never know what's going to happen if you don't write one.
That's true.
And so I want to let y'all know, writeyourbook.ai is the most advanced version of our system for writing books. And this is the one where not too long ago, we started out on a Monday, 250 people. 2 Mondays later, 151 of those 250 were authors published on Amazon. Within another week, another 30 of them, 181 out of 250. If you know anything about online courses, 181 people out of 250 doing anything, let alone showing up, is unheard of.
And let alone writing a book.
And writing a book.
That's insane.
And we've since done it again and again. We've got it so dialed in, it's scary. If you'll just show up, do what I tell you, give me about 90 minutes a day, you'll change your life. We also know it works so well that we're raising the price. Regular price on this thing's going to be $9.97 moving forward. We are, however, going to be making one heck of a Black Friday offer. Mark your calendar. Black Friday, Cyber Monday. If you want to be an author, you want to change your life, you want to have a book, you want to get it done just like hundreds of people have done now with this exact system, not to mention the tens of thousands of people that we've helped over the last 21, 22 years, okay? Mark your calendar. In fact, go to writeyourbook.ai right now. Writeyourbook.ai and get on the early bird list. So we're going to do something special for them. Get on the wait list right now. Absolutely. So, Stu, great show today. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
And we will see y'all next time. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye, everybody.